people online, you are able to hear me, ma? Yes, from Harini. Yes, from Sriniti. Janisha. Janisha. Audible? Should be audible. Okay. Fine. Yeah, நடுவுல அங்கெல்லாம் காலி, இங்கே ஒரு சீட் காலி. நடுவுல அங்கே 2 rows. See, 2 seats, அங்கே ஒரு சீட்டு. வா வா ஏஞ்சா, முன்னாடி வா. Last boy. Come here. யாரெல்லாம் ஒரே ஸ்கூலு நாங்கள் 2 பேரும் பக்கத்தில் உட்காந்துருக்கோம். ஏந்திருங்க. கெட்டப் எனி அதர் கேங்? நான் என் ஃபேமிலியோடு வந்திருக்கேன். அந்த மாதிரி ஃபேமிலியில் என் கசின் நான் 2 பேருமே ஒரே மாதிரி இதே கோர்ஸ் எடுக்கிறோம், படிக்கிறோம். ஸோ வி கேம் டுகெதர் லைக் தட். சம்வேர் ஹியர். தள்ளி போங்க, தள்ளி உட்காருங்க. நீங்கள் தான் பிளாக் ஸ்ட்ரைப்ஸ், தள்ளி உட்காருங்க. வாங்க இங்கே வந்து உட்காருங்க. வாங்க. Last boy, get up. Occupy the seat which is there beside Angelin. தானே உங்க பேரு? ஏஞ்சலின் பக்கத்துல. நான் சொல்றதா நீ கேட்கணும். வா வந்து உட்காரு. கூட உட்காரவே கூடாது. கம் சிட். மா உனக்கு என்னடா தனியா இன்விடேஷன் கொடுப்பாங்களா? இங்க வந்து உட்காரு. நீங்க எப்படி மூவ் ஆயிக்கோங்க. Okay, all ready? Set? So very good morning. How was the accounts class today? எப்படி தியரி ஆச்சு? Okay, see, accounts will start like that only. Gradually you will be picking up the speed, correct? But நம்ம subject அப்படி இல்லை. ஆரம்பத்துலேருந்து எண்டு வரைக்கும் theory paper. But maximum we will try to understand in a practical way, correct? Now, you are all CA foundation, correct? What are the 4 subjects there? Accounts, business law, அப்புறம் என்னென்ன? டேய், quantitative aptitude. Good ma, very good ma. Quantitative aptitude, அப்புறம் business economics. Now, our subject is the second subject. Now, what are the 4 papers out of which 2 papers are descriptive and 2 papers are MCQ, correct? What are the 2 papers which are descriptive? Accounts paper, law and accounts, law paper and accounts paper, correct? Now, what are the other 2 papers? Maths and economics. Maths and economics, we will study, we will understand the concept, then we will mark the answer. And for our information, we have MCQ with negative marking, correct? இது தெரியும், கை தூக்குங்க. தெரியாது, இப்போதான் தெரியும். What is negative marking? First we need to say, see, whenever you give a wrong answer, they will reduce the marks. Able to understand, ma? Okay, 100 questions is equals to 100 marks, correct? Okay, one wrong answer, say for example, out of 100 you are giving 10 wrong answers, abdina automatically 90 will be your mark, correct? But what is this negative mark abdina? For each wrong answer 0.25 negative mark will be given. Appo 10 into 0.25 2.5, correct? 2.5 will be reduced. Able to understand? And your mark will be 87.5. Rounded off, it may be 87 also. Able to understand? This is called as negative mark. Ma'am, how can I safeguard myself from this? நல்லா படிக்கணும். நல்லா படிச்சா we will safeguard ourselves from giving wrong answers. Now, when we are confident about the answer, we don't even look at the choice. Yes or no? இதில் நான் பார்த்த வரைக்கும் CA ஃபவுண்டேஷன் எடுத்து வராங்க அப்படின்னா யூஸ்வலி they would have got some 80லேருந்து 95. That would be your signature, இல்லையா, in your school. இப்போது அந்த ப்ரிப்ரேஷன் இருக்கும்போது ஆப்வியஸ்லி when you start ticking choose answers or start answering for choose the right answer, question pathone mind will strike. What is the right answer? I don't even care to look at the other options. Yes or no? Like that should be our preparation for maths paper and economics paper. Ma'am, what is the most scoring subject? Take it from me. Economics is the most scoring subject. Second comes accounts. Third comes mathematics. Ma'am, what about your subject? Correct, ma. My subject will be the least scoring subject. Why? Because it is English. And second of all, not normal English. And third of all, there is no straight key for it. Answer key. Correct? With respect to economics paper and mathematics paper, நீங்க என்ன மார்க் பண்றீங்களோ அந்த மார்க்கிங் ஆன்சரோட மேட்ச் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா you will be awarded marks. For wrong answers we will be giving they will be giving us negative mark. Cumulatively we will get our marks somewhere 80 85 good. In accounts paper what happens, if you take the question paper and see, about 90 marks they will ask straight sums, practical sums. Okay, balance இருக்கிற 10 marks theory, அது ஒன்றும் பண்ண முடியாது. பட் 90 மார்க்ஸில் நம்மளால் ஈஸியாக ஸ்கோர் பண்ண முடியும். அண்ட் த மார்க்கிங் பேட்டர்ன் ஃபார் தட் வில் பி ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப். இந்த ஸ்டெப் இருக்கா, இந்த ஸ்டெப் நீங்கள் மேட்ச் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்களா, எஸ், அந்த ஸ்டெப்புக்கு 2 மார்க்ஸ் என்ஜாய். அடுத்த ஸ்டெப்பை ப்ராப்பராக டிரைவ் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்களா, 2 மார்க்ஸ் என்ஜாய். அப்போது ஒரு 10 மார்க் கொஸ்டினுக்கு there is no requirement that you should arrive at the final answer. In between, if your steps are right, if your explanation is good, then automatically you are awarded marks. Correct? That happens in respect to other 3 subjects. But law paper, what I think, if I feel correct, I will give you mark. Okay, able to understand? And idhula innor trick irukku solava. Sometimes what happens, all the chartered accountants only going to correct your paper, adula doubt kadiyadu. But enna vishayam appadina, sometimes these chartered accountant may not specialize in that subject. அப்போ லானா என்னன்னு தெரியாது, ஆனால் நான் போய் கரெக்ஷன் பண்ணுவேன் அந்த மாதிரி. அப்போ யோசிச்சு பாருங்க எப்படி இருக்கும்னு சொல்லி. நாட் ட்ரைங் டு த்ரெட்டன் யூ அண்ட் ஆல் ஆன் தி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டே ஆஃப் தி கிளாஸ், பட் ஐ எம் கிவிங் யூ ஃபேக்ட்ஸ் விச் யூ ஷுட் டேக் இட் டு யுவர் மைண்ட் ஸோ தட் வி வில் அப்ளை தட் அண்ட் ஸ்டடி. மேம் இதில் என்ன அப்ளிகேஷன் இருக்குது படிக்கிறதுக்கு? மேம் வென் எவர் வி ஆர் ஸ்டடிங், ஓகே திஸ் பேப்பர் ஐ வில் டூ இட் மை லெவல் பெஸ்ட். நோ ஒன், ஈவன் இஃப் என்ன சொல்கிறது 12th ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் முடித்தவங்க ஒருத்தவங்க வந்து கரெக்ஷன் பண்ணால் கூட still I should be able to get good marks. That should be the mindset that you should develop from day 1. Able to understand, ma? Clear everyone? Now day 1 is nothing but, day 1 of class is nothing but day 1 of exam preparation. புரிஞ்சுதா? அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்னா, எக்ஸாம் இன்னொரு 6 monthsல இருக்கு. இந்த 6 monthsக்கு நான் போர்ஷன் நீங்கள் எப்போ மேம் கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணுவீங்க? Ma, I am promising that I will complete the batch by July 18. Okay, not only my subject, individually also I'll promise, but others also have taken a commitment that they'll complete the syllabus by July 18th. After July 18th, to how much time we have, ma, for your exams? Actually, solnu ponona, we have around 40 days. Okay, your exam will start somewhere in September mid. So அப்படி பார்க்க போனோம் அப்படின்னா நம்மளுக்கு கிளியராக 40 days இருக்குது, apart from the model exams also. Clear? அப்போ இந்த 40 days is more than sufficient. If you are planning, I will complete the entire syllabus, then I will start studying அப்படின்னா தலைக்கீழ குதிக்கிற மாதிரி தான், ஒன்றுமே பண்ண முடியாது. Able to understand, ma? So day 1 of your class is equals to day 1 of your exam preparation. Ma'am, how should I study? Today accounts class got over. Now you are going to discuss about law. Today evening, how should I start my preparation? First thing, you should have your material in hand. You are having? Everyone? Who does not have the material? Who does not have the material? Okay. Now, ICAI website, have you gone through ICAI website? You know that we can download the PDF version of the book. தெரியுமா? Download பண்ணி வெச்சிங்களா? வைக்கலாம் அப்படின்னா I will try to send 1 or 2 chapters which will be taken in the next 2 weeks. Okay? From there you can start studying. Make sure that meanwhile you order your books and receive your books at the earliest possible. அண்டர்ஸ்டுட்? ஏன்னா புக் இல்லாமல் கிளாஸ் அட்டன் பண்ணுறது கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டம், புக் இல்லாமல் படிக்கிறது அதை விட கஷ்டம். சரியா? அதனால் வி ஷுட் ஹாவ் அவர் புக்ஸ் இன் ஹேண்ட் டு மேக் ஷுர் தட் our ஸ்டடி இஸ் கம்ஃபர்டபுள். சரியா? ஏன்னா எவ்வளோ நேரம் நம்மளால் பிடிஎஃப் பார்த்தே படிக்க முடியும்? இட் இஸ் வெரி டிஃபிகல்ட். ஓகே, அண்ட் ஹவு வில் திஸ் என்டையர் கிளாஸ் கோ மேடம்? We will try to complete 20% syllabus or 25% syllabus in each topic, in each subject. And once we are completing 25%, we will test ourselves, put ourselves under test. Then once we complete next 25%, it will be a cumulative test, previous topic plus the current topic. Okay, so by the time we stand July 31st நம்ம வந்து நிக்கும்போது, we will not be entering into study phase, we will be entering into revision phase. Okay, out of this crowd, just out of curiosity ma, நான் டிஸ்டிங்ஷன் எடுக்கிறதுக்கு பிளான் பண்ணுறேன். raise your hands. மா, ஃபார்ச்சுனேட்லி அன்ஃபார்ச்சுனேட்லி ரேங்க் இல்லை ஃபவுண்டேஷனில், பட் டிஸ்டிங்ஷன் இஸ் டெஃபினெட்லி தேர். வாட் இஸ் டிஸ்டிங்ஷன்? if you are taking more than 75%, that is called as distinction. சரியா? definitely it is possible. Ma'am, within 6 months how distinction? Ma, for distinction what people need to do, they need to give 3 revisions. 3 revision உங்களால கொடுக்க முடியும் அப்படின்னா, yes, you are there in that space. Able to understand ma? Anyone who is right now undergoing college, right now I am doing college, first year college, காலேஜ் டைமிங் எல்லாருக்குமே 2 o'clock இல்லை 1:30? 2 o'clock. ஃபினிஷிங் டைம் 7:30. குட். ஓகே ஃபைன். நவ் விச் காலேஜ்? இங்கே பக்கத்தில் தான்டா இருக்குமா. நீங்கள் டிஜி வைஷ்ணவ், அது பக்கத்து ஊரில் இருக்குது. நீங்கள் வேறு யாரோ இங்கே கை தூக்குனீங்களே, கரஸ்மா. கரஸ்மா மனசாட்சி இல்லைம்மா உனக்கு. Okay, Karas, we can study at our own leisure time. We don't have any we don't have any pressure to go somewhere and sit somewhere, isn't it? So we can study at our own pace. There's no problem. Others, I'm in a confusion, ma'am, whether I should do college or not. Anyone who's in a confusion, should I do college or not? Okay, ma, if you're taking CA as course and you want to complete it by the 23rd birthday, okay, make sure that you don't go to college, go to Karas CA, Karas BCom. Okay ma'am, BCom Karasla panna, what is my backup ma'am? enna backup? என் parents இப்பவே எனக்கு backup தேடுறாங்க. ஓகே, இதை முடிக்கலன்னா என்ன பண்ணுவேன் மா? இதை எடுத்துருக்கிறதே இதை முடிக்கிறதுக்காக தான். ஓகேயா? அப்போ மேக் ஷுர் யூ ஆர் கிவிங் தட் டைம் ஃபார் திஸ் கோர்ஸ். வாட் இஸ் த டைம் தட் திஸ் கோர்ஸ் வாண்ட்ஸ் அஸ்? For foundation, apart from classes, you have to start with 4 hours. The 4 hours is apart from class. Apart from class na, வீட்டுக்கு போயிட்டு ஒரு ஹாஸ்டலுக்கு போயிட்டு we need to give 4 hours to 6 hours. மேம் 6 hours ஸ்கூல் படிக்கும் போது போர்டு எக்ஸாமுக்கே உட்காந்தது இல்லை மேம். போர்டு எக்ஸாமுக்கு we had sufficient time, almost 10 months. இன்னும் சில ஸ்கூல்லலாம் 11th படிக்கும் போதே ஆரம்பிச்சிருப்பாங்க, கரெக்டா? But here our time is limited and we have to use that time in a most effective manner. Okay, so class will be as usual 5 hours. Go home and start with 4. Ma'am 4 எல்லாம் முடியாது, இப்போதான் லீவ் முடிச்சுட்டு வந்திருக்கோம். at least start with 3. Thereby sometime later, sometime na in the down the line 1 month you will be able to sit for 6 hours. Able to understand? Clear? Now this is what it is required for CA foundation level. Inter level at least 6 hours la da start பண்ணுவோம். ஓகே, அப்போ ஃபைனல் லெவல் என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க மா? இன்டர் நீங்கள் ஓரளவுக்கு உங்களுக்கு எப்படி படிக்கிறதுன்னு தெரிஞ்சிருச்சுன்னா ஃபைனல் லெவல் ஆல்சோ யூ கேன் நேவிகேட் ஈஸிலி. ஓகே, இன்டர் படிக்கிறதுக்கு இந்த ஃபவுண்டேஷனே ஒரு ஃபவுண்டேஷன் தான், புரிஞ்சுதா? அதனால வாட் வி ஆர் டூயிங், வாட் மெத்தடாலஜிஸ் ஒர்க்ஸ் ஃபார் மீ, what methodologies does not work for me, everything you have to do trial and error at this point of time. Able to understand ma? இப்போ 12th முடிக்கிற வரைக்கும் ஒரு சிலர் என்ன பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க அப்படின்னா அட் அ டைமில் 2 சப்ஜெக்ட் எடுத்து படிப்பாங்க, பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? ஒரு சிலர் அட் அ டைம் they will take 1 full subject, finish that full subject and then they will move on to the next subject. பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? இது ரெண்டுமே நடக்கும், இது ரெண்டுமே ஒர்க் அவுட்டும் ஆகும். ஓகே, பட் யூ ஷுட் நோ வாட் ஒர்க்ஸ் ஃபார் யூ. Okay, ஃபஸ்ட்டு அந்த எது உங்களுக்கு ஒர்க் ஆகுதோ அதை வச்சு நீங்கள் சிஏல ட்ரை பண்ணுங்கள். ஓகே, ட்ரை டு டைவ் டீப். மேம், at a stretch I cannot involve myself in one single subject. Ma, always it is best to take this combo, which is one practical and one theory. Able to understand? Appo, what is that practical subject, ma? Accounts. Accounts is always good with economics. Okay, law is always good with maths. Able to understand, ma? Okay, ma'am, practical, theory, practical. Able to understand, ma? Clear? And next most important thing is, whenever you take your book, okay, whenever you take your book, you have to sit in that place for minimum 2 hours without break. 12th standard la every 1 hour we'll take break இல்லையா? போவோம், ஏஞ்சி போவோம், காஃபி போவோம், ஏஞ்சி போவோம், ஸ்நாக்ஸு போவோம், ஏஞ்சி போகணும், ஜூஸு இல்லையா? Now when you come here, try to maintain that focus for at least 2 hours by sitting in one place. This is the most important thing. Ma'am, why I am saying this is, at foundation level, if you start doing a sum, easily it will go up to 25 minutes. மினிமமாக சொல்கிறேன் நான், சரியா? நீங்கள் 12th படிக்கும் போது ஃபைனல் அக்கௌண்ட்ஸ் போட்டிருப்பீங்க. How long will you take to start the sum and finish the sum? எவ்வளோ நேரம் சொல்லுங்க? half an hour. கரெக்டாக half an hour. இருக்கிறதுலே கிரிட்டிக்கலாக ஒரு சம் கொடுத்தா 40 minutes. மா, இங்கே மினிமமே வந்து நீங்கள் 40 minutes டிரைவ் பண்ணுவீங்க. Okay, not trying to threaten you at all. You should be self-prepared. Okay, people say it is tough because it is tough, and we deserve to be tougher person. Okay, if that is also tough, I should also be tougher enough to face that problem. இல்லையா? So make yourself tough. Next most important thing, first day அன்னைக்கு already இந்த 2-3 days back நீங்கள் அந்த மீட்டிங் வந்திருந்தீங்கன்னா சொல்லியிருப்பேன். Who is more important for us in the next 6 months is our own blood relations. Father, mother, siblings, grandmother, grandfather. Okay, enough. அதுக்கு மேலே சித்தப்பா பையன், பெரியப்பா பொண்ணு, அவங்களுக்கு கல்யாணம் அப்படின்லாம் தயவுசெய்து don't go and waste any time of yours, because this 6 months is very precious. புரிஞ்சுதா? Day 1 if you start, it will not be any trouble for anyone. It will not be trouble for you, it will not be trouble for your parents also. சரியா? Okay? So this is all with respect to the opening up of CA foundation for you today. சரியா? Going to our subject, what are the 5 topics that are there, ma? Anyone who knows what are the 5 topics that are there? 5 illa 7. Yes, any idea, ma? Did you see? பாத்தீங்களா இல்லையா? அதாவது shaking your head is not answer. Opening your mouth and answering is the answer. Okay, yes ma. Did you see or not? No, இல்லையா? Let us see what are the topics that are there. First one, Indian regulatory framework. What is the first topic, ma? Indian regulatory framework. Second one, Indian Contract Act. Next one, Indian Contract Act. Third one, Sale of Goods Act. Fourth item, partnership. Fifth one, LLP. Sixth one, Companies Act. Seventh one, negotiable instruments. So what are the 7 topics that we have? You should be used to my way of writing it. Okay, I can't be writing Indian regulatory framework. You will have to get used to it. Yeah? Now, what is this first topic all about? Madam, sir, here we are going to learn about what is law, who is making this law for this country, what is the purpose of law. This is all about Indian regulatory framework. Correct? Next, all these will come under single phrase called as business laws. What is this? Business law. Now, law nale enna theriyadhu, appo enna madam business law? Let us discuss now. What is law? According to you, what is law? ஏன்னா நம்ம 8th ஸ்டாண்டர்ட்லேருந்து வந்து அந்த என்ன புக் அது சிவிக்ஸ்லாம் படிக்கிறோம். அதில் கான்ஸ்டியூஷன் லா, ப்ரியாம்பிள் அதெல்லாம் படிச்சிருக்கோம். அது என்ன பீப்புள் ஆஃப் இந்தியா அப்படின்லாம் போட்டு the pledge will start, preamble will start, isn't it? Now, what is that? What is that? For what? For what rules and regulations are put? For the well-being of the people. For the well-being of the people. If law is not there, what can happen? For example, if that red signal is not there, what may happen? Accident may happen. If accident happens, what happens? What may happen? People will face trouble. People may end up injuring each other. There's lot of financial loss, physically they'll become, it will be harder for them. And then secondly, emotionally they'll be facing trouble. Ultimately, he will not be going to work, not earning money. It is going to be a circle, isn't it? We need to regulate something so that everything works as a system. Yes or no? Such a regulation is called as a law. And when a law is given in a country, we the citizens of the country are bound to follow that law. Okay? We are obliged to follow that law. What is the meaning of bound and obliged? Bound, obliged. Both are similar, both are similar. Why? Because I am not given any freedom. If it is there, if I have to follow that. If it is a red signal, I have to stop there. Able to understand, okay? If it is a green signal, I cannot be standing there. I have to move my vehicle. The law says that I have to follow it. Able to understand? Helmet podlana? Fine pay panni da avano. Can I do it? Can I have any other option? Off the road I have options, but on the road I don't have any option but to pay the fine. Able to understand? So law is nothing but a set of obligations which the citizens of the country are bound to follow for the social and economic welfare. Social and economic welfare. Understood? So this is basic meaning of what is law. When you say law, law is created for different categories. Okay, over category ko or law. For example, how to maintain proper cleanliness. Environmental Act is there. Able to understand, How should I do business? For that only we are studying all of these laws. That is why it is called as business law. Able to understand, Let me give you an example. Today, we are going and taking a loan from bank. Loan from bank. Bank, is it doing service or it is a business of the bank? Service adappa inno neenga appadha nambikittu irkingla bank is not doing any service and all. Okay, bank is a profit center na enna, it works for making profit. Able to understand, now it can derive profit by selling something or providing service, correct? Now this is a service oriented profit unit. Able to understand, we are going to hotel, they are serving us food, service nu solriya? No, they are working for profit. Likewise, bank is also serving us, but for that service they are charging us. Therefore, it is a business as such and it is a profit unit. Able to understand? Ipo in the bank rendu vishayam pannom. Enna pannom solunga paakalam. Enna pannom? Loans, adu loan kodukom, okay. Innonne, it will take deposits. It will take deposits and give loans. Taking deposits, it's from common people. Okay, giving loan is also to some segment of common people and for business. Yes or no? That is how these people take huge loans, 9,000 crores and all. Which bank is giving? All those banks are giving, no. Yaroda money kudukranga? It belongs to us. Only if we go and deposit, they will segregate all the funds and give to business for as a loan. Able to understand? In here, what if I don't pay the loan amount? What if I don't pay the EMI? What happens to me? As a business owner, okay, now a business owner, now போயிட்டு ஒரு SBI bankல வந்து கடன் வாங்குறேன். எவ்வளவு வாங்குவீங்க மேடம்? Say for example ஒரு 10 கோடி ரூபாய் வாங்குறேன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்களேன். இப்போ நான் அதை பே பண்ணல, இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் பே பண்ணல, EMI பே பண்ணல, கண்டுக்கவே இல்ல பேங்க். What happens? What can the bank do? What can the bank do? Who gives the bank that power to seal the business? High Court? Law gives the power. Okay, law gives the power. Law also says if you are not able to receive your money, see bank, you go and file a case against him. Which bank will do? SBI will go and file a case against that particular businessman, stating what? See, this person taken 10 crores from me, but he has not repaid. I've been warning him for the last 1 year, still he is not repaying. Now I'm going to file a case against that person. Okay, once you file a case, what will the court do? What will the court do, ma? The court will try to understand what is the situation there, who's at mistake, what is the law, then it will accordingly give the decree. Decree na punishment, decree na judgment. Okay, so long 12th standard judgment means what is given by the court. Yeah. Now henceforth we will not use the word judgment, we will use the word decree. Decree. Able to understand, ma? Clear? So when the court is giving a decree, we are supposed to follow whatever the court says. The particular company has to go by it. It is bound by it. Able to understand, ma? Clear? This is all about law and how it is done, and for business how the law works. Clear? Understand? Now இன்னொரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்றேன். You are trying to sell your car to your friend. You are trying to sell your car to your friend. What kind of measures you will take to safeguard yourself? Agreement, correct? Agreement போட்டுட்டு ரெண்டு பேரும் sign பண்ணிட்டோம் அப்படினா we cannot go out of it. We have to perform on it. Yeah? This is what we are studying under Indian Contract Act, which means two people are coming together to do some business, and they cannot move out of that contract. If you are saying that they should not move out of the contract, what you will do? You will make an agreement, make sure you have written all the terms and conditions, and make both the parties sign the agreement. Able to understand? Sale of land, how it happens? By making an agreement, making the parties sign the agreement along with the witness. Yes or no? Able to understand, ma? Taking loan, how it happens? The lender of the loan will give you an application. Bank poningna, bank will give you a loan application. You will fill the loan application, submit the loan application. Later on, if all the credentials are valid, then what the bank does? It will create a loan document. On that loan document, it will give terms and conditions. You accepting the terms and conditions will sign it. Yes or no? So wherever two parties are coming to do some business, they are entering into some agreement, then what kind of law has to be followed? Indian Contract Act. Indian Contract Act. Understood? Next one. Sir, நான் வந்து அக்ரிமெண்ட்லாம் போட மாட்டேன். ஓகே, போயிட்டு ஒரு பொட்டி கடையில் ஒரு சாக்லேட் வாங்குறதுக்கு அக்ரிமெண்ட்டாக போடணும் சொல்லுங்களேன். Not possible. Now, in case of sale of goods, what all the laws that has to be followed by the buyer and the seller? Who will be there in case of sale of goods? Who are the two parties? Buyer, seller. Buyer and seller. இல்லையா? இவங்க ரெண்டு பேருக்கு what are the laws applicable as per the Sale of Goods Act? If one party is trying to cheat the other party, what is the solution that is available? Where it is given? Sale of Goods Act. Understood? So the purpose of Sale of Goods Act is two people coming together to transfer a good. Transfer a good na, buy and sell a good. Able to understand? On that aspect, if there's any fault or default, where is the solution given? We will go search in Sale of Goods Act. Understood? Next one, Partnership Act and LLP. இதை பற்றி நான் ஏதாவது சொல்லணுமா? 11th படிச்சிங்களா? 12th? Okay, you tell me what is the essence of Partnership Act. Why is there a Partnership Act at all? Anyone? To segregate the profit. Okay. Two persons coming together to share the profits of the business. Correct, ma? Idan correct. Now, when I say I am doing business abdina, I know what rules and restrictions I have for me. Yes or no? But when two or three people coming to do a single business, today I am saying something. Today I am saying that we will not deal with, for example, Sony TV. Sony TV pati nama deal panna matom. We will deal Panasonic, we will deal LG. But 10 years later, one of the partners brings up Sony TV deals. Okay, what will you say? You will accept? No. What will you say? You will try to defend. என்னன்னு சொல்லி டிஃபெண்ட் பண்ணுவீங்க? நம்ம தான் ஒன்றா அக்ரிமெண்ட் போட்டோம்ல, 10 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி இந்த பார்ட்னர்ஷிப் ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது சோனி டிவி டீல் பண்ணக்கூடாது நம்ம சொன்னோமா இல்லையா? Then why did you bring in Sony TV? Sir, where is the proof, sir? Sir, where is the proof? Agreement should be there, and that agreement should be signed by each and every partner. Only then we can follow the terms and conditions inside the contract. Okay? So partnership deed helps us to understand what can be done, what cannot be done inside a partnership, what a partner is responsible to do, what is his duty, and what is his benefit that he is receiving inside a partnership. Able to understand? Now, from partnership, one step ahead, what is LLP? What is LLP? Limited liability partnership. What is the difference between partnership and limited liability partnership? Liability is the difference. Okay? But in case of a partnership, it does not come under any recognized body. Recognized body kila varadu. What do you mean by recognized body? அதுக்கு ஒரு எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷன் தேவை நம்மளுக்கு. What do you mean by recognized body? இப்போ we all are studying different schools, correct? But we all write exam for one single body. Yes or no? CBSE இருந்தா CBSE போர்டுக்கு நீங்க எக்ஸாம் எழுதுறீங்க. But for that exam, you are preparing through different schools. Able to understand, ma? Clear? If you are state board, you are writing exam under that board. That board is the body. Okay? For writing that exam, you are undergoing schools in different places. Able to understand? Likewise, when I say partnership, it does not have a body on the upper hand. Okay? Just like that, we two people will come together, write a deed, get into doing business and share the profits. This is just partnership. But when I say this is an LLP, it comes under a body that will take care of its functioning. Okay? If you can remember, tell me what is the body. Tell me. Padikliya? Marandittiya? Think. Okay, one more example, or not example, one more clue I'll give. Companies will also come under the same body. Innu theriyala? Ada pavingla. Ma, it is the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Madam, na idda first time kelvipadren. Raise your hands. Nee policy po tappe kediyadu. Others, I've already heard it, but I could not answer. நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும் தெரியுமா? நங்கு அடிச்சுக்கணும். Okay? We are studying to retain it in our mind. Okay? So this partnership, which is a form of LLP, will come under Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Likewise, companies will also come under Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Now, why is there such a body to be present, ma? Why is there a need for such a body to take care of this LLP and Companies Act? Companies, why? What do you think? In Angelin? Ada sollungada. Say. Online people, anyone who wants to try? At least you're trying to understand what I'm asking. What I was asking is, அந்த எல்எல்பிக்கும் அந்த கம்பெனிக்கும் மட்டும் ஒரு கவர்னிங் பாடின்னு சொல்றாங்களே, அது ஏன் இருக்கணும்னு நான் கேட்குறேன். Why? But today's date, business is run only in 2-3 models. முன்னாடி HUF, AOP அது இது நிறைய இருந்தது. Today's date, it is just minimized to 2-3 models. One is proprietorship, wherein single person will conduct his own business and take care of his life. அதில் government எதுவுமே பண்ண முடியாது. Next one comes partnership. 2-3 people on their own willingness they are doing business. But when I say LLP and companies, if I give guarantee, who gives guarantee, ma? The governing body gives guarantee that I am taking care of its functioning, I am looking into its functions abdina, outside people will trust the particular company, will trust the particular LLP. Able to understand, ma? Clear? So if I say a government body is taking care of my functions abdina, then as a company, should I not run the company properly? Will I allow any mischief to happen? Will I allow any misconduct to happen inside the company? Ma, nothing at all will be allowed, because I am under the direct supervision of this governing body. இது எப்படி தெரியுமா, சிபிஎஸ்சிலேருந்து ஒரு ஒரு ஸ்குவாட் வந்து செக்கிங்க்கு வராங்க அப்படின்னா சும்மா எழுதிட்டு இருக்க கூட பரபரப்பாக எழுதுகிற மாதிரி இருப்பான் எக்ஸாம் ஹாலில். அந்த மாதிரி தான். ஓகே, we know that such a squad is there to take care of how we function அப்படின்னா we will take our best efforts to function properly. If I am taking my best efforts to function properly, what does that mean? Outside people can trust on me. Outside people can trust on me. Correct? Now, this is the detail on LLP and Companies Act. Last one is Negotiable Instruments Act. Have you heard of this act already? Yes? Yes, ma? Everyone? Everyone? Okay. What do we study here? அதுக்குள்ள இருக்க content. Yeah, what is the purpose, ma? What is the purpose, ma? Ma, we are understanding who are the parties involved. Okay, first thing. And secondly, if it dishonored, if it gets dishonored na, goes bad. I am giving a check. Check is nothing but a negotiable instrument. First of all, for that we need to understand what is instrument. Instrument na, anything that we give in exchange for receiving some goods. And mostly it should be something that is related to money or money's value, or that I should recover money. Able to understand, ma? So if I give check, I can realize money, yes or no? If I give a bill of exchange, I can realize money, yes or no? If I give a promissory note, I can realize money, yes or no? So whatever out of these three, if I give, I can realize money. Appo these are called as instruments, and these instruments are negotiable in nature. Negotiable means that which can move from one person to another person, that which can be transferred from one person to another person. இப்போ இந்த விஷயத்துலலாம் ஏதாவது ப்ராப்ளம் வந்ததுன்னா where will I go check? Negotiable Instruments Act. Able to understand, ma? Clear? Okay, so these are all the laws which are related to business. Okay, business na enna solunga? First of all, what is business, ma? Business na enna solunga தம்பி? என்ன இவ்வளோ பயந்த மாதிரி உட்காந்துருக்கேன் பக்கத்தில்? பேரு பாலாஜி. சரிங்க, சொல்லுங்க பாலாஜி. வாட் டு யூ திங்க் பிஸ்னஸ் இஸ்? என்ன தோணுதோ சொல்ல, நான் என்ன பண்ண இப்பயே போய் நாளைக்கு எக்ஸாம் எழுதுனா சொல்றேன். வாட் எவர் யூ ஃபீல் லைக் சேயிங், யூ சே. What activity? For what is that activity? Economic activity. Okay, economic activity which will derive some profit. Able to understand? This is in total a business. But how it executed? How it is executed? It is basically executed through 5 departments. One sales department. Innone sale பண்ணோம்னா நம்ம அதை பர்ச்சேஸ் பண்ணிருக்கணும். கரெக்ட்டா? Next production department. Ma, purchase பண்ணத we have to process it. Able to understand? We cannot buy the raw material and just like that sell. We have to process the raw material and then make a sale. Now when I am doing these 3 activity, I will get it for free or I will have to incur some cost? I will incur some cost. Now when I say cost, expense, yes or no? This expense and income will be dealt by the finance department. Correct? And lastly, marketing department. Marketing, sales எல்லாம் ஒண்ணுதான். இன்னொரு department. It is not restricted to these 4 or 5. It can be multiple according to the organization that the business is in. Able to understand, ma? So this is business. Appo in the business na nook and corners la we'll be entering into contract, yes or no? Ma, if I want to buy in bulk, say for example நான் ஒரு 5 யூனிட் 10 யூனிட் of goods வாங்குறேன் அப்படின்னா I will not enter into any contract and all. But imagine I'm going to buy 1 lakh units, 2 lakh units, 3 lakh units அப்படின்னா the quantity is more. Therefore to safeguard myself I will enter into contract. Able to understand? Contract is binding on both the parties, yes or no? If I contract to buy அப்படின்னா one person is contracting to sell. He will definitely sell and I will definitely buy. We both are locked in the contract. Okay, appo for doing a business, contract is necessary. Able to understand, ma? Next one, Sale of Goods Act. After preparing the goods, I am about to sell the about to sell the goods அப்படின்னா then I should know what is my responsibility as a seller. What is the duty and responsibility of the buyer? What are the do's and do nots, which we will study in Sale of Goods Act. Okay, if the particular business is run as a partnership, if the particular business is run as an LLP, if the particular business is run as a company, what are all my regulations under which I am bound to do my business, which we will study as part of Partnership Act, LLP, companies. A business cannot be all the three ma. அது தெரியும்ல, a business can be only one out of the three. நம்ம மூணுத்தோட provisions-உம் படிப்போம். So in case tomorrow if you find a business doing partnership, you know what all should be there inside a business. Able to understand? So these three we are studying as part of how a business is executed through different models. Last one is negotiable instruments, which means business is nothing without paying money and receiving money. Yes, about this paying money and receiving money, today's date it is NEFT, correct? NEFT na bank transaction. If the payment is small enough abdina, GPay transactions, correct? GPay, phone pay, whatsoever. But latest days na 19 or 80s or 90s and all, it was not very favorable. People were not using checks. People were not even aware of these things because these GPay online transactional came very late in the early 2000s. அப்ப அதுக்கு முன்னாடி they were using only these three. ஒன்னு promissory note, இன்னொன்னு bill of exchange, இன்னொன்னு check. அப்ப இந்த மூணுத்துல what are all the regulations that are attached? If I am a business, what regulations I am bound to follow will be studying under Negotiable Instruments Act. Okay, so this is the purpose for which we are studying law as part of CA foundation level. புரியுதா மேம்? இதெல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சு நான் என்ன பண்ண போறேன்? What is the idea? Because today morning sir said accounts தான் CA, கரெக்டா? சொன்னாரா இல்லையா? எல்லா அக்கௌண்ட்ஸ் டீச்சரும் அப்படி தான் சொல்லுவாங்கம்மா. எல்லா அக்கௌண்ட்ஸ் டீச்சரும் அப்படி தான் சொல்லுவாங்க. CS is equals to accountancy. But I'll give you a different perspective. Yes, you are to do your accounting work, but take it from me, if you have to do that accounting work properly, you should know what is the law that you are bound. Able to understand ma? Only then you can work on your accountancy field properly. Leave that for that matter. நீங்க வந்து வேலைக்கு போறவங்களா இல்லாம, if you want to practice your CA, what is practicing CA? Checking, இதோ இன்னைக்கு காலைல தான் பாத்தீங்களா? சரி, checking others accounts. Check பண்ணி என்ன சொல்வீங்க? Everything is correct, correct? But tell me something, you are about to check only the accounts or you are put to check the entire business of that particular company? You will be checking the entire business of that particular company. Adla oru segment is accounts, correct? Now when I say as an auditor I should check the entire business abdina, first of all I should know what is this business, whether it is a partnership, whether it is an LLP, whether it is a company. அப்ப company na அந்த கம்பெனிக்கு என்னென்ன provisions applicable அப்படின்றது எனக்கு தெரியணும். For all these purpose we are studying law. Okay, one small example I will give you. Now if I have to take loan, first thing is application, loan application. Next, application should be submitted, adukana proof irukum, submission ku proof irukum. Third thing, loan document. And the loan document la what is the rate of interest, what is the loan amount given, how much of EMI has to be paid every month. All these details should be given as part of the contract. Yes or no? If you as an auditor going to a business to check something on that particular year and you are coming across this loan document, what will you check? You will check firstly whether loan is approved by the company. Yes or no? Loan na just like that போய் வாங்க முடியாது. Okay, கம்பெனில இருக்க யாரோ ஒருத்தர் நினைச்சாங்கன்னு சொல்லிட்டு கம்பெனில லோன் வாங்குவாங்களா? No, it is not like that. கம்பெனி லோன் வாங்கணும் அப்படினா அதுக்குன்னு ஒரு ரெகுலேஷன் இருக்கு. Any one person cannot go and buy. We have to take proper approval from all the directors. If the loan limit is high, ma, Reliance la 9,000 crores வச்சிருக்கான் loan. Able to understand? 9,000 crores loan வந்து ஒரு personோட decision வச்சிட்டு we cannot go and buy, isn't it? We need the approval of the shareholders. அதுக்கு தான் we conduct general meeting. Ma, these phrases and all you would have heard. Anyone from science background? Please raise your hands. Ma, online people, anyone from science background? I'm not going to assume that you have learnt it, but இப்போ நான் இந்த எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷனுக்காக சொல்கிறேன். இன்கேஸ் மேம் நான் காமர்ஸ் பேக்ரவுண்ட் தான், பட் ஸ்கூலில் எனக்கு அவ்வளோ ஒன்றும் பெருசாக they did not take me through enough அப்படினாலும், still we will take it step by step, not to worry, but for explanation purpose I am letting you know what all these terms which you have already come across in your school level. சரியா? So this is all about the law paper. Going to exam point of view, what you can expect is, exam is for how much marks? Ma, exam is for 120 marks, which is including the choose the question. Yeah, out of that you will have to leave one question and you can write all the other questions, which means exam is for 120 marks, and this 120 marks is taken from all the chapters. There is no leaving of any chapters at all at CA level. புரிஞ்சுதா? அப்போ you cannot come and ask a question, ma'am importance irga, highly important irga, very very important irga. No, that question cannot be asked. What we can say is very very important அப்படிதான் சொல்ல முடியுமே தவிர no important ன்னு ஒரு கேட்டகரியே கிடையாது. புரிஞ்சுதா? So let us see how much we can expect from each chapter according to the trend that is there. IRF can come to 2 to 3 marks. Indian Contract Act 36 marks. Sale of Goods Act 24. Partnership 18. LLP 4 to 6 marks. Companies Act 20, 18 to 20 marks. Negotiable instruments 8 marks. Able to understand, ma? So இதையே மேம் நீங்கள் இப்பயே சொல்கிறீங்க, we should prepare from day 1 for examination already சொல்லிட்டேன். கரெக்டா? அப்போ this is very 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 vital for us to keep in mind and prepare our exams. சரியா? Okay, please note down somewhere. Have you got your ruled book, unruled book? Go for ruled book always. Exam will be in ruled paper. நான் ஐஆர்எஃப்னு எழுதா, நீங்களும் ஐஆர்எஃப்னு எழுதணும்னு அர்த்தம் இல்லை. ஓகே, யூ கேன் ரைட் இட் இன் ஃபுல். Online people, you are comfortable with the speed which I'm talking?
Yes, ma'am.
Super da, super. Ma, people here, you are comfortable with the speed that I'm talking, or should I reduce my speed? எல்லாருமே சொல்லணும். Fine. This side, these two boys, ma, இது ஓகே இல்லையா? யாருக்காவது தமிழ் தெரியாது, நான் ஆந்திராலேருந்து வந்திருக்கேன், அந்த மாதிரி யாராவது? யாரும் இல்லை? ஓகே. Ready, ma? You have written? Okay. Next thing which I want to discuss with you is, let us summarize whatever we have discussed, okay? I will ask, you will answer, okay? How many hours we have to study? Start with 3, gradually go up to 6, correct? Next, when I say class, what should you bring? Books, enna book? உங்களோட text book you have to bring. Ma'am, I don't have textbook, but today evening I will send you what all topics we will be dealing in the next 2 weeks. Ideally you should have registered yourself by now. If you are not, please do it at the earliest possible, so that within the next 2-3 weeks you will get your books. Once I give you the PDF, please take printout. Please take printout. Able to understand, ma? Take printouts, and when I expect you to come for next class, please come with that printout. Yeah, abdina, it is very very important to take running notes. Running notes na enna madam? Running notes na whatever examples I give, that example should be there. This is running notes. Okay, in my subject na solla mudiyadhu, in our subject without examples we cannot try to recollect anything. Okay, appo examples, and I will, don't worry at all. Ma'am, law இப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படி இருக்கும், இன்னொன்று கேட்கணும்னு நினச்சேன். என்னோட சீனியர் இப்படியெல்லாம் சொன்னாங்க, என்னோட சிஸ்டர் இன்டர் இருக்காங்க, இவங்க இப்படியெல்லாம் சொன்னாங்க, அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் இருக்கா? இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ், என்னோட நெய்பர் வந்து இந்த கோர்ஸ் படிச்சுட்டு இருக்காங்க, அவங்க இப்படியெல்லாம் இருக்கும்னு சொன்னாங்க, அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது இன்ஃப்ளூயன்சஸ் இருக்கா? எனிஒன்? நோ இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸா? டே போய் சொல்லாதீங்கடா, நிஜமாவே. ஓகே, if it is
எல்லாரும் லா வந்து கஷ்டம் அப்படினு சொல்லுவாங்க. எப்படி கஷ்டமா டஃபஸ்ட் சப்ஜெக்ட் தான் லா தான்.
Okay, now my promise is to make it easiest for you, but for that inside the class we will work. My expectation is I'm not going to make you study at home, nothing like that. We will study inside the class and we'll finish law inside the class itself. When you go home, it should be only revision from your side, more than sufficient. Believe me, it is not the toughest. Okay, but what is tough is getting marks by the examiner. He will not give marks, but we can write law, adula oru prachaneyum kedaiyadu. But our point of view is that we will prepare at our best and make sure we give our best. சரியா? ஏனா இத நீங்க இந்த லெவல்ல ப்ராப்பரா எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ணிட்டீங்க அப்படினா the same law will continue in your inter level also. What we are studying Companies Act for 20 marks now, you will be studying 70% of the syllabus in inter level. Okay, அதனால let us try to have that interest in the subject. சரியா? I will always try to give live examples. You make sure that you are there inside that example. Ma'am, how can I be inside the example? For என்ன சொல்றது, நான் வந்து character A character B ன்னு சொல்றேன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்களேன். Assume yourself to be one of the characters. Put yourself inside that example so that you can understand that example better. Okay, and there should be no hesitation, there should be zero hesitation to ask any doubts. கரெக்டா? டவுட் இருக்கு, அங்கேயே கேட்டு அங்கேயே க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிடு. டவுட்டை நீ அப்படியே நான் வீட்டுக்கு போய் படித்தா எனக்கு புரியும், வீட்டுக்கு போய் பார்த்தா புரியும் அப்படின்னு நினச்சி நீ ஓவர்லுக் பண்ண அப்படின்னா the subject is like that, it will be difficult. Okay, பாதி பேர் என்ன பண்ணுறாங்க அப்படின்னா இதுதான் பண்ணுவாங்க. கிளாஸில் கான்செப்ட் will be given, அவ்வளோதான், அன்றைக்கி மூடி வச்சதோட அடுத்த கிளாஸுக்கு வரும்போது தான் அதை ஓப்பன் பண்ணுவாங்க. அப்படி இருக்கும்போது the subject will be like that. There is no doubt it will be like that. But if we are doing consistent revision, yes, we are going to fare well. Okay, did accounts sir say about your preparation strategy and all? என்ன சொன்னாரு? யாராவது ஒருத்தர் சொல்லுங்க. அம்மா சொல்லுங்கம்மா, என்ன சொன்னாரு? கன்சிஸ்டன்ட் ரெகுலர் ரிவிஷன் எப்படி பண்ணணும்? ஹோம்ஒர்க் கொடுப்பேன்னு சொன்னாரு. ஓகே, தென் assignments, homework, okay fine, then anything else? Now what input I want to give is, see, I asked you to study for 4 hours, இல்லையா? How much time would it require for you to revise that day's portion? நான் இங்கே 3 hour எடுக்கிறேன், 3 hour எல்லா சப்ஜெக்ட்டுமே 3 hour தானே உங்களுக்கு. 3 hourல I can write and give it to you that I can cover only 10 pages, 10 sides அப்படின்னா 5 papers, கரெக்டா? Now if you have to go home and revise in the same day, it should take only 15 minutes. Okay, extra 15 minutes வேணுமா எடுத்துக்கோ, என்ஜாய் பண்ணு, 30 minutes எடுத்துக்கோ. Take other subject for 30 minutes. In a day you have only 2 subjects. அப்போ out of this 4 hours, first 1 hour will be dedicatedly given for covering that particular day's portion, correct? Take the next 1 hour for doing any homework or assignment with regard to same thing. புரிஞ்சுதா? அடுத்த 2 hours ideally what you should be doing is trying to go back and revise what has been taken in the previous week, previous month, whatsoever. Whatever that has been happened in the previous weeks, you have to try to study in this 2 hours so that our exam preparation is going side by side. புரிஞ்சுதா? And you know about this forgetting curve or memory curve, தெரியுமா? ஏதாவது ஐடியா இருக்கா? இப்போ நான் இன்னைக்கு ஒரு புதுசா ஒரு விஷயத்தை எடுத்து படிக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னா, any idea that when I will forget? Today's general will forget tomorrow itself. Leave that for that matter. Generally science says if I'm studying anything today on 18th of April, I have a tendency to remember only, say for example, 90% of it tomorrow, அதாவது 19th April. Okay, இப்படியே போகும்போது இன்னும் ரெண்டு கேப் விட்டிங்க அப்படின்னா I will remember only 50% of what I studied on 21st. Okay, and இப்படியே போச்சு அப்படின்னா இன்னும் ரெண்டு நாள் கேப் விட்டிங்கன்னா I will remember only 10% on 24th April. அப்போ 18th of April இருந்து 24th of Aprilக்கு எத்தனை நாள் இருக்கு கேப்? 6 days. So whatever you are studying on the first day, you have to come back and study at least by 4th day. Okay, because when I say I can remember only 50% of what we are studying on the 4th day abdina, then there's a high tendency that we could forget everything if I leave one day gap also. Correct? Appo whatever we are learning on the first day, we have to go back to it, whatever may be the case, again on the 4th day. Only then we will be able to recollect it better. And நீங்க next time படிக்கும்போது அது புதுசா தெரியாது. ஓகே, இல்லைனா என்ன ஆகும் தெரியுமா? அதுவும் நான் சொல்கிறேன். எக்ஸாம்பிள் 18th நம்ம இன்னைக்கு ஒரு கான்செப்டை படிக்கிறோம், இன்னைக்கு படிச்சுட்டு அதோட அந்த சாப்டர் ஓவர்னு சொல்லிட்டு நம்ம க்ளோஸ் பண்ணி வச்சுட்டோம்னு நினச்சிக்கோங்களேன். இந்த ஃபஸ்ட்டு டைம் படிக்கிறதுக்கு அந்த டாப்பிக்கை டு கவர் தட் என்டையர் டாபிக் எண்ட் டு எண்ட் கவர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு இஃப் இட் இஸ் டேக்கிங் 4 hours டைம், 4 hours to cover one topic அப்படின்னா, imagine you are going back to the same topic after 15 days. After 15 days, it means again you will take only 4 hours to study. Able to understand? But in case if we are using that method of studying, going back to the subject within the next 4 days அப்படின்னா, in the 15th day you will take just 1 hour. 1 hour ஜாஸ்தி நான் சொல்றது. Able to understand? So this is what we will apply from foundation level to CA final level to be able to score marks, retain better and give exams. Okay, very important ma, very important. Class attend பண்றோம், வரோம் போறோம், அதெல்லாம் செகண்டரி. கிளாஸ் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் அதை வீட்டுக்கு போய் படிச்சாதான் நமக்கு மார்க். புரிஞ்சுதா? Okay, let us take a short break, 5 minutes. 5-10 minutes we'll take. Come back by 11:45. Let us start with today's area. Okay. let us start with today's class. First topic in Indian regulatory framework. Under this, what are we studying? What is law? How it is made, isn't it? Ideally, we are studying what is law and how it is made. For that, we need to know actually how it is made. Apart from the books, leave the books. Okay, apart from that, we need to know how a law is made. Tell me whatever you know. Adan, law is made how? Adan kekkuren nanu. Bill is passed. Apra enna bill? What is bill? But appreciated ma, appreciated. Yes, any other person ma? அந்த பக்கம் பாய்ஸ், லாஸ்ட் பாய் சொல்டா, மறைஞ்சிருக்கான் இவன் தலை வேற அவனை மறைக்குது. சரி சொல்லுங்க, எனி ஐடியா? சொல்டா. கான்ஸ்டியூஷன். ஓகே, ஒரு வார்த்தை தான் நான் வாங்கணும் போல. அப்புறம் இன்னும் நெக்ஸ்ட் வார்த்தை என்னது? பார்லிமெண்ட். ஓகே, பார்லிமெண்ட். தென் பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர், பிரசிடென்ட். வேற ஏதாவது சொல்ல போறியா? Ideally, a law, if it has to come into place as an act abdina, it has to be signed by whom? Signed by the president. Signed by the president. Now, for the president to sign, president is the apex body. Yes or no? Apex body. If he signs the bill, it becomes the act, it becomes the law of the country. It becomes the law of the country from date which is given in the paper. Appo, அவர் ஒரு பேப்பர்ல சைன் பண்ண, this law is enacted from this date அப்படின்னு போட்டு அந்த டேட் கொடுக்குறாங்க அப்படின்னா, it will take effect from that date. Able to understand? For example, 1st July onwards this law is enacted. It will be followed by India, country of all the people. Able to understand? Then automatically from 1st of July all the people in the country should follow the law. Able to understand? இப்போ ரீசெண்டா ஒரு law கொண்டு வந்தாங்க, பாத்தீங்களா? For the traffic rules. பாத்தீங்களா? Any idea? ஹெல்மெட் போடலனா இதுக்கு முன்னாடி 1000 rupees மா, இப்போ 5000 rupees. சிக்னல் கிராஸ் பண்ணலீங்கன்னா இதுக்கு முன்னாடி 1000 1500, இப்போ கிராஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா 5000 rupees. ஃபோன் பேசிட்டே வண்டி ஓட்டுனீங்கன்னா இதுக்கு முன்னாடி 5000 rupees, இப்போ 10,000 rupees. Like that, they will inform us from this. Then someone has to highlight that particular problem to the government. Yes or no? If they highlight that problem to the government, then the government will take efforts. Oh, இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் இங்க இருக்கு, like that. புரிஞ்சுதா? Okay, that is how pollution related நிறைய acts இருக்கு. Okay, earlier days when India was just an agricultural place, okay, there were not many factories. Okay, factory illa அப்படினா pollution கிடையாது, correct? Factory மட்டும் இல்லாம இல்ல, we don't have that many vehicles also in place. Yes or no? அப்போ slowly when industrialization hits inside India, people started establishing manufacturing units, factories inside the country. அப்போ இதெல்லாம் establish பண்ணும்போது they just like that started producing the volumes, and then there was so much of pollution, no one cared about it, no one gave a thought about it also. Suddenly you wake up and see the water is not clean, the air is not clean, nothing is clean, everything got polluted. So this is a problem that is actually being faced inside the country. But someone has to highlight this problem, and the government, after it has been highlighted to it, it will consider the position and enact a law to curtail that problem. Don't you think controlling pollution is the well-being of the people? Okay, yes. For the well-being, let it be social, let it be economic, for the well-being of the people, a law is enacted. Okay, but what is more important is identifying a problem. Just give me a minute. But what is more important is identifying a problem. This problem can be identified by whom? By common citizens or representatives of the government. Who are the representatives of government? MPs, MLAs. Okay, they can bring up a problem and discuss the problem and bring a solution for that. Or Executives of the government. Who are executives of the government? Police? No. They will all come into representatives. Executives of the government is IAS, IPS, and the mari. Okay, they are the people who execute the policies of the government. இல்லையா? அப்ப அவங்களுக்கு கீழே அவங்களும் ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணி மேலே கொண்டு வர முடியும். So these three people, the citizens, common people like you and me, or the representatives of the government, which is MPs, MLAs, and then particular ministries, all of those people, then executors, which includes IAS, IPS, all of those people. So they can figure out a problem and bring it before the government. Now problem is identified. This problem has to be sorted out. How? By passing a law. Now if I have to pass the law, I have to draft a bill. Now what is this bill, madam? This bill is nothing but it will say such a problem is here. Because of this problem, let us try to draw certain rules and regulations. Certain rules and regulations. If we follow these rules and regulations, we can come over this problem. Able to understand? This is called as a draft bill. Apo any law, if it has to come, it is been preoccupied with a draft or a bill. Able to understand? This bill just like that cannot be converted into a law. Correct? இதுக்கு நடுவுல ரெண்டு விஷயம் இருக்கு. ஒன்னு லோக்சபா, இன்னொன்னு ராஜ்யசபா. Okay, where have we heard this? 8th standard கடைசியா 8th 9th 10th லயும் இருக்கா? இருந்தா இல்லையா? இல்ல. Okay, 8th 9th. Now these are the two houses of the parliament. Yes or no? What are the two houses of the parliament? Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Now what is a Lok Sabha and what is a Rajya Sabha? Don't say me lower house, upper house. Okay, what is a Lok Sabha? What is a Lok Sabha, ma? Lok Sabha, sorry, who are all the people inside this Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha? They are called as what? They are called as what? MLA kadiyadu, MP. MLA kadiyadu, MP. MP means what? Members of the parliament. Member of the parliament. So these people are called as member of the parliament. In a Lok Sabha, how many people will be sitting inside? 243. Correct? In Rajya Sabha, how many people will be sitting inside? Any idea, ma? 200 and some 250 something will be there. Okay. Now out of these people, 243, 250 and all, who will select these people? Any idea? Who will select these people? MPs of Lok Sabha will be selected how? Ma, MPs of Lok Sabha will be elected through us, through people like us. Last year Lok Sabha elections happened. Yes or no? Idea irka? Last year, ippo nadandhu, last year da nadandhu. Ma, one more time, our பேர் என்ன? Modi become prime minister, ma. ஞாபகம் இருக்குல்ல? How did he become prime minister? How he became prime minister அப்படினா, first of all, for that Lok Sabha election has to happen. In this Lok Sabha, the entire India, ma, for example, idha India nu vechukonga. Okay, this entire India is bifurcated into different parliament constituencies. Different parliament constituency. ஒவ்வொரு கான்ஸ்டிடியூவன்சிலும் அந்தந்த political party லந்து they will stand for election. Okay, so they have to win a majority. Whoever wins the majority, they will have a prime ministerial candidate. Okay, about BJP was the party which was getting more constituencies, winning constituencies. Correct? BJP oda I mean prime minister candidate yaru? இன்றும் என்றும் எப்போதும் மோடி இல்லையா? எப்போதும்னு சொல்ல முடியாது, but earlier, now, as next term varikume it will be Modi only. Correct? So as long as they are able to take that majority, once they have achieved that majority, whoever is their prime ministerial candidate will become the prime minister with the signature of the president. Ma'am, can the president change? No, ma, cannot change. Even if the president decides, he cannot change. Appo the MPs of the Lok Sabha are sent through us by vote. We are their sending them through vote into the Lok Sabha. We as a people are sending Abdullah, they are called as cabinet of the people. Able to understand, ma? Cabinet of the people, people's cabinet. Okay, whatever term you want to use, you can interchangeably use. So Lok Sabha elections are conducted, we will send the people into the Lok Sabha. Ma'am, appo Rajya Sabha, what happens to Rajya Sabha? Rajya Sabha people who are inside, out of that 12 ministers are being selected by the president straight away. Ma, that is how finance minister is taken that position. Finance minister yarma, avanga election la nikka maatanga, directly appointed by the president and prime minister. Able to understand? So they will directly come under that. Okay, appo balance irukravanga ellarume will be elected through the MLAs in each state. இப்போ நம்ம ஊர்ல எத்தனை எம்எல்ஏ இருக்காங்க, ஒவ்வொரு டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்டுக்கும் இருக்காங்க, கரெக்டா? They will elect a person to go and represent in the Rajya Sabha. Able to understand? அப்போ Lok Sabha will have people sent by us. Rajya Sabha will have people sent through the MLAs. Okay, understood? So that is how people are sitting inside the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Once this bill is drafted, first this bill will go to the Lok Sabha. Will go to Lok Sabha. Inside the Lok Sabha, they will first consider what is this bill. What this bill is coming up. Let us see. Next, they will have debates and discussion. Debates and discussion. What it is about? Why should there be a debate or discussion? They will try to understand what are the pros and cons of a bill. In the bill law kondu vandinga appadina what benefits are there? In the bill law neenga kondu varala appadina what cons are there? Okay, all these will be debated between the people inside the house and it will be discussed for the betterment. Appo in the bill there's some problem AYZ, okay, XYZ, some problem is there na, then let us try to include that also inside the bill. This bill is not considering this segment of people, let us put that change inside the bill. Able to understand, ma? Clear? If pollution patti nama pesrom appadina, pollution will come only from factories. No. If the bill is talking only about factories, then if there's a debate session or discussion session, people will come up with multiple thought process. Sir, pollution factories landu mattum varala, it is also coming through people like us. How? How, ma? Ma, that is how we have polluted the Kuam river, isn't it? It is because of the poor town planning that is there. The river got polluted. Okay, we are using vehicles and day by day number of vehicles that are used inside the country is getting double tripled. Ma, or 10 years back எல்லார் வீட்லயும் கார் இல்ல, கரெக்ட்டா? ஆனா இன்னைக்கு போய் பாத்தீங்க அப்படினா ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரீட்ல 80% of the people will be having car. Parking இருக்கு இல்ல அதெல்லாம் வேற விஷயம், but car is there, isn't it? All these are also causes of pollution, correct? People are buying ACs, people are buying refrigerators, correct? Because of that also, the manufacturing of that also could cause pollution. Usage of that AC and fridge also will cause pollution. Able to understand? So in the mari different thought process will be given in the debate and the discussion session, and all these will be taken into account inside the bill. If a change has to be made, all those changes will be inculcated inside the bill. Okay, then if beyond a position podumpa everything is discussed, we feel this bill is perfect abdinamode, then what they'll do is they will send the same bill after making changes. Same bill after making changes, it will go to Rajya Sabha. Inside Rajya Sabha also same will happen. They will take up the bill, they will consider the problem, they will discuss the pros and cons, they have debates, they have multiple thought process being given on that particular bill. And if the Rajya Sabha also feels yes, there's a necessary to pass this bill, they will suggest the bill or move the bill to the president. Once it reaches the president's table, then the president will also try to understand what is the purpose, if this purpose is solved or not. If he has any ideas to put in, yes, he will also give some ideas. If he is giving any ideas, again it will go to Lok Sabha, and again same procedure will follow. Idu vandu or cycle mari poitu vandikitte irukum, correct? Finally, if there's an appropriate solution that is reached, okay, then the president will give his signature, and the moment the president signs on it, the bill is becoming into a law. Clear? Understood, ma? Okay. So this is how a law is coming into picture. Ma'am, is this the only way a law can come into picture? No. This is one of the methods. Today's date, if a law has to be enacted, this is what we follow. Another place where from law comes the sources of law, that is what we are discussing. One of the sources of law is by enacting a law through the parliament, correct? Second way is that where people have different problems, isn't it? They go to court, correct? இப்போ ஒவ்வொரு கோர்ட்டும் ஒவ்வொரு ஜட்ஜ்மெண்ட் கொடுக்குது, isn't it? For example, if a high court in Tamil Nadu is giving some judgment in a particular aspect abdina, if a similar case is happening somewhere down in Madurai, will the Madurai branch court will also follow that same judgment? Ma, there are possibilities for that. There are possibilities for that. ஏன் அப்படின்னா Madurai courtல இருக்கவங்க, again if they try to understand what are the nuances of the case, they find a similarity in the similar case that is dealt in Chennai. Okay, அப்போ சென்னையில High Court of Chennai இந்த மாதிரி similar situation இருக்க கேஸ்ல இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஸ்டாண்ட் எடுத்திருக்காங்க. So let me also take a similar stand அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு ஜட்ஜ்மெண்ட் கொடுக்குறாங்க அப்படின்னா, it is based on the previous judgment given by the Chennai High Court, correcta? அப்போ whatever judgment that is given by Chennai High Court will be binding on all the lower courts. Lower courts na district courts, magistrate courts, all these will be called as lower courts. Ma, if the Supreme Court of India, which is the apex court in India, okay, நம்மள பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட்டை தாண்டி வேற எதுவுமே கிடையாது இல்லையா? Supreme Court has given one judgment அப்படின்னா, will the lower courts have to take a citation from that? Yes or no? They have to take the reference from the whatever judgment that is given in the Supreme Court of India. Okay, why is there such a rule that is there? It is an unsaid rule. Why is there such a rule? Why? Because see, people appointed or people who are sitting inside the Supreme Court of India are not just random people. Yes or no? Yes or no? They are actually credible people who are appointed by the President of India. Okay, and if they are sitting inside, almost 34 people are sitting in the main bench in the High Court. Appo they are all well qualified from diverse fields. If they are saying a judgment, bringing in reasons for that judgment abdina, appo obviously there are credentials of that judgment. Appo if any lower court is there, they can take reference from the previous judgment from the superior courts. Understood? So what are the two sources of law which we are seeing? First one, through Parliament Act. Second one, by previous court law, previous court judgment la irundhu we can take laws. Third one, through customary practice. Now all this law etc and all came into picture from when onwards? Now who is the father of our constitution? Ambedkar, ilya? Now when did all this entire thing started happening? After independence, to be very precise. That is why we celebrate our Republic Day. Okay, Republic Day, that is the reason we are celebrating our Republic Day, stating what? Henceforth onwards, India is a sovereign democratic republic, adukaprom secular, aprom social, solliyachra, secular country, idella solrom illaya? Now what is the meaning of this sovereign? ரொம்ப நாளா நம்மளும் படிச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம் sovereign country, sovereign. What is the meaning of this sovereign, ma? I should be independent. I should not be forced by anyone else. Okay? அதுக்கு முன்னாடி who were forcing us to do things? British. Okay? அப்போ before India got its own constitution, they were following British laws. அப்போ பிரிட்டிஷ்ல என்ன நடக்குதோ அதோட இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் இங்க இருக்கும். People from British were forcing us to do certain things, forcing us not to do certain things. இல்லையா? But when republic, we have attained our republic, we have our own constitution. The constitution gave us power. What I should do, what I should not do, India itself will decide. You outsider don't come and force us. Okay, so any outside foreign country will not have any authority to impose anything or to force anything on India. Understood? This is called as sovereign. புரிஞ்சுதா? What is the meaning of secular? Secular. Not ma, you cannot treat any religion to be of higher value, or you cannot demote any other religion. Each and everyone within India are free to follow their own religion, free to spread their own religion, free to speak about their own religion. Okay, you cannot curtail their rights. Understood? This is called as being secular, being democratic. Equal opportunity. Okay, otherwise ma, people's decision to be put in a proper manner. These people of Lok Sabha are sent through us, correct? Appo we are the people who are selecting the people who should rule. I will select who will be my ruler. This is called as democracy. புரிஞ்சுதா? அப்போ democracy-க்கு முன்னாடி what was happening? Kingdom, colonial kingdom level rule was happening, which means by birth people will become the ruler. Yes or no? Yes or no? Colonial na, by control people will become rulers. Yes or no? But when I say my country is a democratic country, we the people will decide who should rule me. Okay, then India is a democratic country. Understood? So we are learning about three terms. One, sovereign, secular, democratic. Now when I say sovereign, secular and democratic country which is enjoying liberty, which is enjoying justice, which is enjoying equal opportunity, giving equal opportunity to its people. Now who gives us all these powers? Who gives us all these powers? Actually we ourselves give these powers to us. Okay, when I say these powers are inside the constitution, who's making the constitution? That is why I started the class saying about that preamble, we the people of India having solemnly, படிச்சிருக்கீங்களா? ஞாபகம் வருதா? So when you say we the people of India are doing so and so so அப்படினா, we ourselves are giving powers for us to enjoy democracy, to enjoy secularism, to enjoy sovereignty, to enjoy liberty, equal justice, all of that. Able to understand? Appa constitution is nothing but powers which we give to our own self. Understood? Okay ma'am, appadi enna and the constitution la irukku ma? Constitution na sonna mari inda powers kudukudhu. Constitution says how a government should be formed. How a government should be formed? There should be central government, there should be state government. Okay, now central government la how can a person become president? If he becomes a president, what powers he has? How should Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha be constituted? How should election be done for them? After being elected, what are their powers? இதெல்லாம் எங்க கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? Constitutionல கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. புரிஞ்சுதா? எல்லாருக்கும் புரிஞ்சுதா? Okay, so what is that we are talking about? We are talking about constitution. What is constitution? It is nothing but the powers which the people of India give to their own self. What powers? The power is to how to form a government. After forming, what are their rights and liabilities? Government includes central government, state government, central government and state government. Okay, so this is with respect to how it is done. Next, coming on to central list, state list, joint list. Already heard? Known term or new term? New term. Ada pavingla. Definitely you would have heard. Definitely you would have heard. Some acts will be controlled only by the central government. Okay, some acts can be enrolled or enacted only by the central government. Example, Income Tax Act, Companies Act. இப்போ நம்ம படிக்க போறது Companies Act, correct? Income Tax Act you will study as part of your intermediate syllabus. These are laws which apply to one single state or entire country. Entire country, இல்லையா? அப்போ if you have to form such similar acts abdina, it will come under the powers of the central list. Central list. Able to understand, ma? Now I'll give you an example for a state list. Now within Chennai, within Tamil Nadu, they increase this penalty levels and all. And the traffic rules, isn't it? Now these traffic rules is applicable only for Tamil Nadu. You cannot go to Karnataka and ask the rider to pay 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees fine. Okay, Apo, the laws relating to traffic was applicable only inside Tamil Nadu. It comes as part of state list. Okay, that state can decide what act it wants to pass, and it will pass in the state legislative body. Able to understand, ma? Next comes joint list. Joint list na, how central government has powers to enact, state government also has powers to enact. Let both of us come together and enact a certain type of act. Okay, that is how GST came in place, wherein central government will also have equal participation, state government will also have equal participation. Okay, inga idli சாப்பிடுறீங்க ஆனந்த அடையார் ஆனந்த பவன் கரெக்டா? 2 இட்லி எவ்வளோ விலை? 50 ரூபா. Are we paying only 50 rupees and coming out? No, we will be paying GST, correct? Have you noticed the bill? CGST, SGST, what does that mean? Central GST, state GST. Now whatever is the component of central GST will go to central government. Whatever is the component of state GST will go to state government. Appo, if I say I should have the right to collect state tax abdina, then should I not participate in making that act? I will also participate. That is how joint list comes into place. Okay, central list, who can form laws? Central government. State list, state government. Joint list, central government and state government. Understood, ma? Understood, clear? Now going to the bodies which execute it. First of all, let us talk about ministries. Okay, tell me few ministries that you have come across. Ministry of Defense, yes. Finance Ministry, okay, then Ministry of Finance, then Ministry of Foreign Affairs, okay, then nama Youth Affairs அப்படினு இருக்கா ministry மோடி கவர்மெண்ட்ல கொண்டு வந்தா. Okay, good. Then Ministry of Home Affairs or Internal Affairs, then Ministry of Telecommunication. Ma, these are all our ministries that are set up. What is the purpose of setting up those ministries? Ma, to execute the laws that were made. Okay, law says ma, telecommunication and information ku act irukku. Okay, there's an act specifically for information and telecommunication. Act is enacted na, it has become the law of the country, correct? Law kondu vanditinga, and the law eppadi execute பண்ணுவீங்க? Okay, how will you check the citizens whether they are following the laws or not? You need a body, isn't it? You need a body, right? Now this body is called as Ministry of Telecommunications. Able to understand, ma? There's a ministry for railways, correct? This railway ministry, what they'll try to do? They will try to execute all the laws regarding railways. Okay, they will see what all has to be satisfied, what all has to be done, what all has not to be done. Whatever it is, their work is to execute the law. Able to understand, ma? This is called as a ministry. Okay, under that ministry they will have different departments. Okay, that department will be taking care of only that area. Example, we are talking about Ministry of Finance. Yes or no? Yes. Under Ministry of Finance, what all could come under as departments? Revenue Department. ஆமா, ஐஆர்எஸ்க்கு எழுதி எக்ஸாம் எழுதி பாஸ் பண்ணி ஐஆர்எஸ்ல ஜாயின் பண்ணுவாங்க, கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? Revenue Department. Able to understand, ma? One of other such ministries will be regarding FEMA. You know, few departments which come under Ministry of Finance. Okay, abo the goal is under Ministry of Finance they'll be bifurcated or further segregated into different departments. Okay, example, income tax comes under income tax law is executed through Ministry of Finance. Okay, but income tax actually adora department yaru? CBDT. CBDT is the actual body, Central Board for Direct Taxes. This body is the actual department which sees whether everyone is filing their return, whether returns filed are appropriate, correct irukka, actual irukka, accurate irukka, idella yaar paakuradhu? CBDT. So ministry is put under the ministry, departments are being placed under the departments, people will be employed as government officials. Able to understand? And the government officials list la yaar varva? IAS, IPS, IRS, IFS ellarume varuvanga. Able to understand, ma? Able to understand? So laws enacted by the government and the execution is done by ministries and departments which work under the ministries. Understood? Clear? So with this we will stop today's class. Whatever we have done is just going through the first chapter. We have not yet seen the book. I want you to take printout and come for tomorrow's class. Seriya? Tomorrow's class or next class? Okay. Ideally we will start like this gradually, then we will take up the pace. Seriya? If you are not comfortable with the speed of talking, you have to let me know so that I will reduce my speed. Seriya? Okay. Thank you so much. How was the day for you? Good? Better? Feeling comfortable? Okay. Even if you are feeling uncomfortable, poga poga set aidum. All the okay. Thank you, ma. Bye. My online people, bye. Good day.